Feral Darkness is the story of a young man who is abused as a child, and when he grows up, he gets into a lot of trouble, becomes kind of a petty criminal, decides to get his life in order, and the easiest way he feels to do that is to join the military. And he winds up serving in Iraq, and when he's there, a family tragedy occurs. And he comes home and immediately decides he's going to right all the wrongs that he left. The film began in script form several years ago with Roy Maurer and myself. We were discussing several projects that we wanted to work on, and nothing really seemed to be panning out in terms of budget. And we wanted to do something small as our first picture. And he and I had been friends for a very long time, since college days. And he started telling me this idea he had for a story about a soldier who comes home. I said, that's got a lot of potential, could be really interesting. And I said, I'd love you to write it, and I'll direct it. And he said, okay. Then just spiraling out from there, next thing I knew, I was bringing Matt on board, I was bringing David on board.
Dan Pico is a really good friend of mine, and we worked on a project called Soldier together prior to Farewell Darkness, and that's how we really developed our relationship. And he called me in November 2006 and asked me to help him produce this project.
I took a look at the script. I'm like, yeah, we can do this. We can do this around town. And we always had the question mark of being able to do the Iraq stuff. So our plan was to get through a month worth of shooting, shooting around in Chicago.
I tell you, this one just loves him some pasta.
Hey, when you start earning a living, then you can pretend like you're something special, okay?
Roman.
Hey, sorry, I can't get over that feeling. I know you from somewhere.
People say that casting is 90% of directing. I think it's 99%. I was blessed with probably the best cast anyone could have ever imagined. They made my job so much easier.
I like to take from the text what was written. Roy and Dan pretty much painted the perfect picture as to someone who comes from these circumstances. How are you going to react to them?
So I did a lot with music. I kept listening to music that I think she would have listened to. I watched a lot of Iraq footage that I hate blood and guts and gore. I just can't stand it, but I forced myself to watch it, and just so I could kind of get a feel of how Rose would be freaking out thinking of the man she loved over there.
I wanted to find wardrobe that was distinctively Dougie. I needed to find like the What's Up Rockers, kind of like East LA cholo skin type, like speed punk pants, and like the black leather studded jacket and the skulls and the rings, and I had this little crocodile paw that hung around my neck. Because once I put myself in the costume, then I distinctively found the character.
I like in my scene, which is the most important scene in the film, I like how you changed the script. I was actually going to suggest that to you, with me starting with the fucking Michael asshole Michael. Yeah.
I mean, essentially, we're making a movie that's more reminiscent of kind of like a 70s film, where, Michael is essentially, for the first half of the script, an anti-hero.
And there are a couple of lines he's got, not a lot, but that are sort of tender.
The night before we begin production on Farewell Darkness, I look somewhat haggard, I'm assuming, because it's been a very long day. Picking up equipment, sending out emails, rehearsing, paying for a lot of things. But we survived it. And actually, for the last hour, I've been kind of sitting here just reading emails and going, what else do I have to do? I gotta have something to do. I've probably gotta be working until the very last moment. Someone's gonna be waiting tomorrow. I know we're gonna show up on set. Someone's not gonna be there. No. We should have everything, I'd say, for tomorrow at least, and for Sunday. We had to do a last minute recasting because of scheduling conflicts for one of the actors. That was really rough. Because, when you start replacing actors that close to the shoot, you start running all kinds of risks. But a really nice guy from Florida is flying in. He was a friend of producer David Bianchi's. We unfortunately had to let our gaffer go today as well.
One day before production.
Yeah,
the eve of production.
The eve of production, we had to let our gaffer go.
It's blowing me away that we're already here, we're getting ready to shoot. And I've only been in Chicago for 3 days. I've been in Chicago for three days, and it's just the wind is burning my bones. All right, we've got roller coasters between different people on set, but you know, we've got our camera package and we've got our lighting package, we've got our locations, we've got a crew, we've got food, we've got background players for our first day. You know, and no matter how tough this gets, we can't let any of this stuff stress us out, because we got a long road of stress ahead of us.
Just wanted to quickly thank everybody for coming out. This is the beginning, first day of shooting for our feature Farewell Darkness. I've been trying to get a feature off the ground for 5 years, and finally all just came together. You know, we've all been working together for a long time now, and it's finally happening for us. So thank you all for being a part of it. Let's just have a safe, productive shoot. Obviously, everyone be courteous to everybody else. We all know the drill, and let's have fun. All right, thank you again, everybody. Okay? I remember during the casting process, we saw a number of really talented actors and actresses for all the roles. There was one audition in particular that really grabbed me, and when Circus Solinsky, immediately when he walked in the room, I got this sort of chill.
Meeting Circus was a very uncomfortable experience.
What, are you a little punk now? What if I told you 1,000 times about making a fucking nuisance out of yourself? Get these bozos all worked up. They gotta send me a fucking letter?
I like to think that I'm a nice guy. And so in order to be the malevolent being that Roman is, I often felt like I was going to have to apologize to my coworkers.
Circus was great. He really did it. He really inspired that fear in me. It was great to be able to work with somebody who, I would just look at him and start to feel really intimidated.
We saw every extreme imaginable while we were shooting the film. We started in Chicago in March, and it was 10 below zero one of the first nights we shot.
Welcome to our on-set heat lamp. Nothing for the best here. 35,000 BTUs. Good stuff.
And then it ended in 118 degree heat in the middle of the frickin' desert.
I've been working with a lot of these guys for many years, so I think we kind of knew what we were expecting. The one thing I can say about like the core element of the crew is that they are do or die.
We had an extraordinarily amazing experience. 5 grown people, 1 car, equipment, 30 hours on the road, from Chicago to Arizona, non-stop.
Ought to do me well. 10 hours gone by.
That was amazing. I couldn't believe that everybody even said okay.
It used to be so out of sight and out of mind. Remember how we used to let it fly. 10 days gone by. 10 days gone by. Waking up to an alarm. This can only do me harm. Should I wait another year? Should I wait another? Or just have another beer?
And we still had our spirits up when we arrived in Arizona.
Farewell Darkness. This is head shaving of our director of photography, Jason Deichler. DJ Intel 1.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team.
We're all in nothing. We're all in.
We're all in or nothing. All right, here we go.
Don't throw up. Oh my god, I can see scalp.
Drinking a beer and shit, man.
Good morning, audience. Good morning, good morning. We are officially out on our first day of location tech scouting in Phoenix, Arizona. It is 8:15 in the morning and officially 112 degrees.
It was rocky. It was rocky, and then it got worse. Because then we got there, and there were problems with the insurance, there were problems with the studio.
I'll buy that.
Because it only costs a lot of money for his department if we have to do it on the set.
They're your people.
Who do we have?
Chad, Michael, Christopher.
And then little progresses got made. The insurance got taken care of. The studio was okay. They were all right now. Next thing you know, we were on set and everything had worked out.
Good. How are you doing?
And we'll do the same thing like here, where she's running this way, we walk in this way around her, and as she's talking to them and they're not doing anything, we keep going around.
We're gonna surf this beach by 3 o'clock!
I mean, for anybody who wants to gain a newfound respect for our soldiers abroad, I mean, just basically get dressed like they do on a daily basis. These guys have up near 80, 75 to 100 pounds strapped to their back at all times. And just as an actor, you know, working for 2 days in such harsh conditions, we really have to think about, you know, the Marines, all the soldiers over there who have to deal with this day in and day out. By the end of the night, you know, ask anybody in the production, I was pretty much passed out from exhaustion, and they had to wake me up to eat dinner both those nights. So.
This is a film that was about a guy coming home and him having to deal with the demons of war once he gets home. But now I have to come back into society and I have to deal with people with attitudes. I have to deal with people that bump into me. I have to deal with people that snicker at me. I have to deal with basically being a citizen, and I can't lash out at these people and I have to control myself. But wait a second, 2 weeks ago I was a trained killer, but now I have to be controlled and I have to be a citizen.
Conflict, I think it's something that we're going to be dealing with for a very long time, and I think we haven't really thought about the long-term issues that we're going to be facing. Things like PTSD, which are a very serious issue, and I don't think people are giving it as much weight as it needs to.
I mean, I feel most people have gone through experiences in their life which they consider to be bad and negatively affected their life, but our goal in life should be to always rise above that. The most gratifying part of the production was the first day and the last day. It's the first day you get on set and you're just like, hell yeah, we're making a movie. Look out. And then by the time you get all the way to the last day, you're just thanking God that it's done.
I'd say this is probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in the industry, if not the best.
Dan! In your honor! In your honor! Your martini!
Thank you.
The official martini shot of Farewell Darkness!
Thank you.
That smells whiskey.
He's not gonna make it to the parking lot.
That's a damn good jacket.
Where's Dad?
It was really just wonderful. I don't even know if I have the words to really describe it, unless you've kind of felt that kind of joy before, where you've been through something as difficult as it was. At the same time, you felt so satisfied that you really had made the right choices, because there were a lot of problems just getting the film together, and having at the end of that to still say this was a wonderful experience was really great.
Too much to do, too little time. 10 years gone by. 10 years gone by. Going to a job I hate. Can't wait for it to terminate.